Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler listens to lying words, his servants will be wronged. In other versions, it says, if a leader listens to foolish words, his servants will be wicked. Now, that verse should sting you. In today's society, in today's systems, everybody wants a leader. Yah was never good enough. If that verse should tell you something about why you want Yah, man, brother, you, brother, man, why you want Yah to be your shepherd, why you want Yah to be your leader. Because he has never been wrong. Give us Yeshua. Never been wrong. Therefore, we will never be wicked. But in the macro level, we see that how the implications of that in today's society. And that's why people say, "My president." I'm looking at them like, "Are you sure you want to say that?" Because your president kind of makes you his servant. You're under him. And if the president is listening to foolishness, that means you're going to be wicked. I digress. That also has direct implications to you churchgoers. My pastor. Well, if he's listening to lying words, if he's foolish, and most of your pastors are. I don't care if it's the Christian church. I don't care if it's in the faith. I don't care if it's in Israel. I don't care if it's in the walk, in the movement. I don't care. It says that if he is foolish, then his servants will be wicked. This also has direct implications in family. Man, husband, if you are foolish, if you listen to lying words, if you listen to lying words, those in your household will be foolish. If you listen to foolish words, those in your household will be wicked. They'll be wrong. And as a husband, this is why one of the role of head of a home, the role of leader of a home, ruler of a home, whatever term you want to use, master of a home, head of the home, covering of the home, it is so important that you check where words come into your ears. Because if they are lying words, everyone else in your household will be wrong. They will be wicked. If the words are not the words of wisdom. This is why, even as myself, being from the church, being from, or coming out of, come out of her, I had to come out of the church. Y'all should do a study on that word church. What that word really means. But I digress. Unless you don't know what the word church means, you might be surprised it has some affiliation with some pagan gods. I'm just saying, just look up the word. The word was actually supposed to be assembly, congregation, but I digress. When I came out of the assemblies, I'm from this church, this camp, this ministry. When I came out of that, it was very important to me that and I'm thankful that I linked up with truthful, striving brothers, because these churches, you listen to that leader and now you become wrong, you become wicked, and now you go home and you share that with your family. That's also why sometimes, as a man, oftentimes, I'm gonna keep it real here, I can't even listen to my wife or wives when they're speaking out of their emotions or their feelings. I'm talking about irrational emotions and feelings. They're speaking out of their irrational emotions or irrational feelings, and you're allowing yourself to listen to it, and you start making judgments in your house. You start changing things in your house based on emotions and feelings, and I think this and I think that, but none of it is proven. None of it is substantiated by the word. It's just how I feel. You're supposed to move on how I feel. The book says that everybody under me will become wicked, will become wrong. So that includes her, the children, any other person that's part of my household, there'll be other sisters, or they're all going to become wicked. They're all going to become foolish, wrong, because I, as the leader, I, as the head, I, as the ruler, whatever term you want to use, am going to take that in. I'm going to hear that, and I'm going to start making adjustments based on what I hear. This is why so many brothers, y'all lose your homes, y'all lost your family, y'all lost so much of what's going on. You don't even understand the fact that you actually were a detriment to that sister that's underneath you, that is following you, that wife that was following you. You were a detriment to her because you listened to foolishness. You're talking about, I'm a leader and I'm a head, you gotta listen to me. And all you did was lead her into a pit, led her into a hole. She was looking to you to lead, and you're transferring that responsibility to somebody else to lead. And the Bible speaks very concretely. It's not saying, well, for some, for our 36th percentile, it says, if the ruler listens to lying words, or one of the translations, foolishness, his servants, you can translate that to family or those under him, will become wrong or wicked. And that could be why. That may be why we have so many, another reason why we have so many failing families, is because a lot of men fail at leadership. You're listening to, I'm just gonna keep it real, you're listening to complaining and bickering and, well, I just feel this and I just feel this and I just feel this and I don't humor that. I don't give that even a time of day, especially in my own household. I ain't giving foolishness the time of day, because I know that if I adjust my vision, my plan on your feelings and emotions, I will lose my house. I will be complicit in the destruction of my children. I will be complicit in the destruction of any of the other sisters. So that's why we as men spend the time trying to correct in our own homes. Hey, that's the wrong way of thinking. That's the wrong way of seeing it. That's the wrong way. I don't give a damn how smart you are, in today's society, how intellectual you are, how many syllables you can add onto a word. You understand the definition of an endoplasmic reticulum and the sternoclenoid mastoid muscle. You know where that muscle is, which is right on. Anyways, you're talking to somebody who studied A&P, so I know this stuff. But I don't care about how eloquent your words are, how much you can fake and make yourself look a particular way. I don't care how holy you can make yourself look, how spiritual you can make yourself look, how submissive you can make yourself look, how righteous you can make yourself look. I don't care about that. If your words are wrong, if your words are foolish, and for me, my wisdom comes from the book. If your words are foolish, I ain't hearing you. Because if I let those words enter into my head, my family will be destroyed. And I am in charge of maintaining and keeping my family. I don't just protect my family from the bad guys that could possibly come and try to take their life. I protect my family from the bad guys that call themselves pastors, that call themselves friends, that call themselves leaders. See, it's easy to diagnose an enemy, but it's the Apocrypha talks about it. It can be difficult for you to diagnose an enemy who you've been calling your friend for 5 or 10 years, who you've been calling your mama, who you've been calling your daddy, who you've been calling your wife or your husband. It's hard to diagnose those people that are walking contrary to you. They walk completely contrary to you. But they try to give others the impression that they're walking for you. So I praise y'all that in my household, that's understood. I will protect them however I need to, and including protecting words that enter into my head so that I don't transfer those so that they don't become wrong or they don't become wicked. And sometimes I have to even protect them from themselves. I have to protect them from words they're telling me that could influence how I walk. It's not going to influence how I walk, but it could. It influences a lot of brothers that we see. Your walk is influenced, even controlled by your wife, your wives, your pastors, your children, your elders. And many times it's just their opinions. That's going to benefit them. It has nothing to do with you. They care nothing about your household, your family, your children. They just say whatever is going to benefit them. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yah. And I praise Yah for his word. That it allows me to discern and to understand where these words that are coming in or trying to come in may be foolish and wicked. Maybe lying words. I hope you're able to do that, lest you lose your household and lose the respect of your household because you're not really protecting it. Sure, you may have your Springfield or your Glock or your, PSA dagger or your staccato. You may have your pistol, your 9mm, and your 1,000 rounds. You may go to the range and practice every single day. But the enemy didn't come in through a window with a shotgun. The enemy came into your house by somebody speaking it, you hearing it, and implementing it into your household, into your family, thus causing your family to be wicked. Proverbs 29:12. Read it. Meditate on it. Shalom.